Okay, here's what we have. The Marts, M-A-R-T-S, MXD 700. Make sure you check out my overview video. I'll talk a little bit about what happened in my overview video as well as this video, but I have smoked this amp and it was no fault of my own, to be honest. It is a result though of how these Brazilian, not just full bridge, but a Brazilian full bridge amp, the way that they're designed. They've got them so maxed out, that's what I call it, just maxed out in the internals. They're trying to get so much power out of a small package, and this is a very small amp. Make sure you check out the overview when I have it unhooked from everything. But I wanted to show you guys that this amp comes out of Protect just fine. There it is, off. You can hear the fan and the light. I've got it elevated, by the way, because this bottom is pretty much flat and the fan is right on the bottom. So I've got it elevated so that it can breathe good. It was like that when it blew as well. But let's turn it on. Let's watch the light. It goes red and then blue, and that's the way it did when it was brand new. So I did get to do a couple of tests on this amp off camera, and when it blew, I was not recording. And it stinks because my younger son, he saw like a pretty good flash come out from the bottom. I saw the flash from the side. He saw it pretty good flash from under there, which is also interesting because I had it elevated. Otherwise, he might not would have seen it like he did. But I want to show right here, this is going to be a 40 hertz test tone right here. I'm going to roll it up and just show you that it's not putting out, well, good grief. You know how these things, these AMM1s, time out on you. I'm just going to switch it over to AC volts and current, and let's roll it up. Yeah, nothing. I'm rolling it up. It doesn't do anything. I don't know why, because it never went into Protect when it blew. It doesn't go into Protect now. I'm going to make 2 videos out of this because I'm fixing to unhook it and take the plate off the back of it and see what it looks like on the inside. See if we can see what blew. I don't know. But this is a new brand. It's a new brand to me, the Marts. It's funny. It's got a astronaut and I don't know. Is that Mars? Is that the moon? I'm not sure, but Houston, we have a problem. All right. Here's the ratings on this amp. We have the MXD 700, the 1 ohm version. You can see there that they give it a 12.6 rating and a 14.4. So there's the ratings there. 430 and 660. That's at 2 ohm and 1 ohm, and at 12.6. And then at 14.4, it's 450 and 720 at 2 ohm and 1 ohm. It did exceed its ratings, which was good. And let me say this about this amp. I was nervous that I was going to have trouble with this amp counting up on the dyno like the TAR amps did, the MD 1200. This one did not. It never went into Protect. Kind of wish it would have. And it counted up very cleanly. Counted up just so clean, and it counted all the numbers, and I don't know, it didn't do what I was worried about. But here's what it did. I did write down the numbers that it did. So 661 at 2 ohms, and so remember that rating was 450. It exceeded those ratings by 200. And then at 1 ohm, it was rated 720 and it did 876. So it exceeded the 1 ohm rating by about 150 watts. And it's a really small little amp. I don't know. Make sure you check out my other video, the overview. Let's look at this with the back plate off. So I was excited that it did its ratings. Listen, when it blew during this 1 ohm test, but it had detected distortion, and I was still rolling it up slowly to clipping, and it blew. The flash happened before it reached clipping. So we know these Brazilian full bridges, they do not like resistive loads. Resistive loads are about twice as hard on an amp as it would be on, say, you know, speakers, subwoofers. And I think they don't ever expect people to put amps on resistive loads. So, but they've got these things so maxed out with the way that they're set up with the internals, that they just can't handle very much. But I don't know. This is only the second amp I've ever blown. The other amp was the Rockford Fosgate Punch DSM 100. That's about, how old is that amp? 25 or 30 years old, with original caps. That's why that amp blew. So this is my first new amp that I've ever blown. And I've had a lot of amps that I have really abused. Well, I don't know if abuse is the right word, but I've had amps out here on resistive loads where I've done like a 1 ohm run, and I'll do it 5 or 6 times. Maybe not all on camera, but I don't know. This thing just blew so easily. Like I said, before it even made it to clipping, and it didn't go into protect or anything. So extremely disappointed in that. I really doubt that I will ever purchase another Marts Digital. Anyhow, all right, guys, check out my overview. I'm fixing to take the back plate off of this. Let's see what it looks like inside. All right, thanks for watching.